Hello everyone, this is another Inner Life 101 video. Today is just a little short update video for Malia being in the hospital. I wanted to show a little bit of clip right here to show that she is on IV. You can see the IV that she's pushing around, and she is walking, obviously, because she's moving around in this particular room that she's in. So let's take a look here.
Oh, okay, I see it. Are we good?
So that means that she is in a medical facility. Okay.
Scrutinize. You don't have to be outspoken. You could be inward spoken. You could do your art. Channel that energy that you get from me into your art, into whatever you want to do.
Talk about women.
Malia, I just saying when it comes to Malia, because she's in her predicament, she has to speak up for herself, because I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't speak up for her, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I say something, I'm talking for her. But Malia in this circumstance, but y'all don't got to explain shit to nobody. Y'all don't got to answer no questions. Y'all don't have to be articulate. Y'all don't even have to talk. Matter of fact, you could talk to people that, agree with you and everything and be like, da-da-da-da-da. But really, it's not really to talk about. I said it all. You know what I'm saying? If you want to know about anything, go to Baba G, go to Boy TV.
Everything is repeating it.
Yeah, he just repeating me, and it sounds like y'all regurgitating what I already said.
They are.
There's no sense of doing all that, but when it comes to like situations that are actively happening with Malia, Malia should be able to speak for her own situation.
Yeah,
and at the end of the day, if she wants to, she feel like Baba G being attacked as a woman, as a mother figure, as a wife, as a woman that is in this journey, seeing me get attacked for something that's happening to her that has nothing to do with me, it is only right and honorable for her to step up and speak in my defense and her own defense. Because at the end of the day, they're going to try to use that against her and me. And I don't think that that's cool. That's a distraction. Come on in, brother.
So why would they try to use it against her? I don't know. Anyways.
Y'all huge. Hip music from that woman and all. People are more than likely. Most of y'all women are not articulate. You just run your mouth a lot. It ain't even make no sense. Malia not in the hospital no more. Y'all tripping. She just doing something. Go ahead, tell him, talk.
Well, peace to God. How you feeling?
Peace, God.
You can't blame anything on anyone. I can't blame my situation on carbonation. I can't blame my situation on the women. I can only blame it on myself because I did it to myself. The only way you can stay in that environment is if you heal your mind, if you are willing to do the work, if you're willing to apply the knowledge and look at self and not point the finger at anyone, because that's a high vibrational frequency. No one there is like Babylon. Babylon, they point the finger at everybody. They say, oh, you did it, and don't look at self. But if you don't look at self in this environment, then you are bound to fail, because we are elevating. We're trying to heal our mind. This is a war against self. This is a war against the mind. This is a war against your lower self. And so if you don't defeat your lower self, then you will always be in your lower self. And so that's why I'm in the predicament I'm in now, because I wasn't taking the commands like I should. I wasn't taking the discipline. I was resisting because I feared I feared, elevating, because I looked at it as, oh, it was hard or it was tough. But in actuality, it's for me, it's healing me. It's nothing against you. It's everything working for you. And so I didn't see it like that. I seen it in another way. I seen everybody as my enemy. I seen everybody as, something other than my higher self. And so I was pushing everybody away. And so I wasn't receiving or even allowing anyone to help me. So I was getting sick. I was getting depressed. I was becoming depressed. My thoughts started becoming more and more negative as days go by.
But they were beating you up.
I got smaller. I wasn't getting nutrients from my food. I became not creative anymore. I wasn't expressing myself. I wasn't being authentic. I was always in the room, in the bed, under covers.
Well, why did you do that under pressure? Why, you could tell a lot about somebody under pressure. Why did you turn into that once you were faced with your demons and once you were faced with your issues? Because most people want to victimize things, right? When you come here, we face it to you. We face yourself with you, right? When faced with yourself, why did you start to go inward and get depressed? And then, why were you fighting? Why are you resisting just doing the work and correcting yourself?
Because everybody was putting their hands on her.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared. I thought I was, but I wasn't. And so, yeah, I just wasn't
How do you know that you are now?
How do you know that you are now?
How do you know you coming back is not going to put us in a circumstance where you do the same behavior, go right back to the same point?
Well, because I'm in isolation and I'm by myself and I'm seeing everything that caused them those problems or caused me to be in my lower self. So I'm seeing everything, and then as I watch more of the knowledge and as I'm in isolation by myself, I get to see and I get to write. I get to experience myself and feel it and not run from it or point the blame at no one else, because I'm noticing.
Can you tell everybody what happened to you physically? Do you have HIV? Do you have HIV? Did the doctor test you positive for HIV or any other STDs? Please tell the world.
No, I don't have any STDs. I don't have any AIDS. I don't have any diseases or any complications with myself. As far as those,
So why would your sisters sit there and tell them that the doctor told them that you had STD?
It's funny. Once I said I wanted to go back to carbonation and join my soul family, they was totally against it. They in their minds didn't want to accept it. From their mouths, they said, "Okay, I'm gonna allow you to be you. I'm not stopping you from being who you want to be." But it was a different story once I physically said out of my mouth, "I want to join carbonation again. I'm going back." They didn't accept that. They didn't like that. So they went on this panel and started talking all crazy and nonsense about me and saying that I have this and I have that, but they don't have the proper information or don't have the true information.
They said that they took screenshots of your medical records. Is that bullshit? Because did anybody see any screenshots?
Now,
I didn't see no screenshots. I didn't see none of those medical records.
Well, I physically spoke to my doctor, and my doctor told me that no, you don't have AIDS, or you don't have a disease, or whatever they said that I had. I don't have
STDs. So depression was a cause. Do they know what the cause of the fluid around your heart was?
They know for sure that it started from my uterus. Because I didn't allow myself to let go of my Babylon son, I'm still holding on to it. I didn't allow myself to hold on to my Babylon son. Let go of my Babylon son. I didn't let go of my Babylon mom, and I didn't heal myself from my sister's situations. So I was holding on to a lot of fluids in my body, and by me not expressing it or communicating or talking about it or expressing myself creatively, it backed up in my system. It backed up. I had fluid around my heart. I had fluid around my kidney and my lungs, and it was pushing.
So your suffering came from your attachment.
Up against other organs.
Your suffering came from your attachments.
So I'm
So
suffocating.
somebody asked a question. Somebody asked a question. They said if they think that Malia is so sad, why don't they just give her son back? Because that's what she's literally sad about. Someone asked that on one of my posts. There's like, if a family cared about her so much, won't they bring her son up there? Won't they give her son so that she will be happy? Because the source of her issues seemed to be her son. If they cared about her so much, why they keep keeping her son? Because you did ask them for your son and they wouldn't give him back to you. That's a great question. He said because her son is not safe in carbonation. But at the end of the day, that's her son. Why are you reading the chat instead of answering the question?
Oh, I thought I didn't know you wanted me to speak. When I continue to ask for my son back or get him back, my Babylon family noticed, noticed my behavior and noticed how I was in carbonation, and they didn't agree with it. They see me as this, this psycho person, so because they don't understand. So as I called and asked to get him back, they told me no, because they seen the behavior, and they also took custody of him, and they kept telling me you would have to go through the courts, you would have to go through the system to get him back. And after that, I just noticed how the universe just kept telling me, no, you can't get him back, you can't get him back. So I just took it as, okay, this is not his journey, and this is not my journey to have him. So I left it at that, and I understand that he's me. He's 23 of me. He's not separate of me. I am him. So I understand that, and I just came to the terms like, okay, maybe it's her journey, my Babylon sister's journey to have him. So I just once I came here, I seen like videos of him, like FaceTime videos of him, and I just was like, you know what, you keep him. Like I don't want to keep going.
But let's take some responsibility here.
Yeah, I left him.
Knowing that the dad, you didn't tell me the part that the dad didn't.
Yeah, the dad's name wasn't on the birth certificate when I left. When I left, I didn't tell anybody about where I was going. I didn't explain anything to anybody. I didn't communicate anything to anybody because I knew that they wouldn't understand the first time I left. They wouldn't understand what I was going to do with my journey. And so I just up and left. And when I up and left, and when I got to join Babaji's life, I ended up communicating with them over the internet through going live. And so I found out that the child's father, his name was not on the birth certificate. And so from that, I could have took him with me if I would have, I guess, paid attention to details. I would have slowed down. I would have, did all those things, but I didn't, and so that I have to take responsibility for that.
But they said I made you read this son. They said I made you read this son.
I'm explaining to you what I did.
That's not true.
But I'm explaining to you what I did. So how are you still going to sit up there and say it was Baba G's fault when I'm sitting up here explaining to you what I did on my journey, what I decided to do as a human being, as a grown-ass woman? Y'all gotta stop.
But you don't have, but
other people.
Yeah,
that's Babylon.
Yeah, it's true. And the thing is, like, these is demons. Like, these are some real devils. Like, these people are sick to even want to know so much details about somebody else's life to the point where they're investigating you and they're like, they're interrogating and like, it shouldn't be that serious
that's like the
to these
police.
people. But these people like, well, what you did is, what you did is, what you did, you said this, and you said that. Fuck y'all, nigga. This shit is crazy, my nigga. Like, these people shouldn't be this invested in no one else's life. The fact is, she don't got no STDs. The fact is, she don't got no more fluid on her heart. She's out the hospital. She's leaving the hospital. She already left the hospital. She's just back there getting something for right now. She's doing good. She's okay. She doing what the fuck she want to do. Mind y'all business. Stop spreading vicious rumors. And every investigation y'all do is going to fail because it's not true. So keep spreading vicious lies. And when y'all fall on y'all face and y'all realize y'all can't beat us, y'all going to join us. Period. Thank you, Malia. Thank you.
Yeah, I could explain. The reason why I had fluids on my uterus because I didn't let him go, and from the uterus it traveled all the way up, and it started to take over the kidney, and it started to take over the liver, and then that's when it took over the heart, and it started to slow my heart rate down slowly.
Hi, how are you doing?
Do you mind if I come in? I'm sorry.
I have to calm down, y'all.
Is that your doctor?
Yeah. Who are you?
I'm Dr. Patel. It's my name up there on the board.
Yes.
So did you have any STDs that caused the problems?
Do you have any information about my medical records stating that I don't have any STDs or anything?
I can find out. I know you were in the hospital for a good time, right?
Yes, I was.
Recently. So yeah, I can find out about that.
Okay.
What specific question? Does
she
have HIV? Does she have HIV? Does Malia have HIV? Yeah.
And stating all of my procedures that has been done, all of my medical records that has been done, so I can have physical proof of,
of course.
information.
So, before you leave, there's a medical records department, and you can ask one of the nurses to help you get there, so you can get your medical records. If that's not the case, then I can get my residence print out some stuff, but it's not official. It kind of doesn't. It's not. It may not be the best way to get all your records. But this is a different doctor, stupid. She got like 5 doctors on shifts. But the doctor could tell you if you have any STDs. He should be able to tell you. Reasonable.
Yes. And what's your name?
Dr. Patel.
And it's
P-A-T-E.
P-A-T-E.
Yeah, that's okay.
Do you have any information on when I'll be leaving?
So that's what we're working on. So my understanding was that you didn't like the facility.
No, I didn't like how they spoke to me. I didn't like the scenery, the physical, how it looks. I didn't like how it operated. I wasn't agreeing with it. So
so the next option is trying to get you home.
Yes.
So we're trying to work with case managers, representatives, come in, get everything sorted. We do have an appointment with the infectious disease specialist. It's coming up. So that's going to ultimately determine how long you need. Y'all don't know shit. Y'all need to mind your business. So that's kind of what we're at right now, is trying to figure out how to get all that stuff that you're able to take and handle at home.
Right.
It takes a little bit of time. I'm not sure how long. Just trying to go through the insurance.
Okay.
So I'm hoping today to get you out sooner than later. I can't guarantee that.
Right.
I can guarantee one of the other 6 years. Sounds fair? They didn't say no disease specialist. Malia, did he just say a disease specialist?
No, infectious disease. Meaning for all the fluids. They want to look at, see if all the fluids are being drained.
Yes, but can you ask him to book STDs?
So I will physically have to go and get the paperwork.
Yeah.
And it's in this hospital?
Correct.
Okay,
But
I will have to go and get the actual
he
paperwork.
can't tell you about your own paperwork.
This actually is not the same doctor, so he may not have all the information as the other doctors did that was actually working with me for that.
But he can go see your records real quick to tell you if you tested positive for any STDs, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Can you ask him to do that and come right back to tell you?
Huh?
Can't you ask him to do that to ask him to come back and tell you?
No, I have to go get it.
No, he should be able, as your doctor, to tell you if you have tested positive for any STDs at all.
So, as my doctor, you're not able to go and get it?
So, I have access to the record on the computer, right? But for your records, it's kind of like a privacy thing. So, it's only you.
Oh, I understand. So it's like a privacy thing. All my information that comes from him is on the computer. For me, I would need to go and get the physical paperwork
Yeah,
myself.
but him himself could tell you if you have. That's what I'm saying.
This doctor doesn't know that.
Oh,
Yes,
the other doctor. So, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can try to see if we can get someone.
I know,
But like the fact that it's your health information, it's something that because you need someone that's the kind it's protected.
Right.
So you don't want just anyone going on. Okay?
Right.
So that's kind of like I tried.
Which floor is the medical?
I wish I had a good answer, but I don't. And, I can ask. You can ask the nurses.
Okay. Okay.
Anything I can do for you right now?
I'm good.
Good.
Yes.
Alright, I have a question to ask you.
Yes.
One of our medical students, second year medical students, is we kind of have them come into the hospital, interview patients, just to get an idea of how to talk to patients and their history. Should we going to have them come later something? They'll just be able to interview them, just to see what's going on. But they'll just ask questions. What's causing you to go to the hospital? History, just for practice. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Anything else I can do for you right now? Okay. So we're working on it. I'll ask my residents to see if we can do it.
Does your doctor know if you want any HIV medicine at all?
Huh?
Are you on any kind of HIV medicine or anything like that? Does he know the medicine you're on?
I'm on pain medicine.
So he's not. Can you ask the doctor? Are you on any kind of HIV medicine?
No, I'm not on any kind of HIV medicine. I know for myself because I researched the medication at the beginning.
Right. They would have been giving you that from the beginning if that was the case, right?
Huh?
They would have gave you that medicine immediately if that was the case. So my thing is this.
Right.
If you're not on no HIV medicine, well, we'll see the paperwork. We'll wait till we're done because it's a different doctor. We already know. We'll wait till the different doctor comes through. Motherfucker knows shit.
Alright, so let me get working on that. Well, let's see what I can do. Let us know if we need anything, okay?
Yes, I'm thankful.
Thank you.
Alright, so listen, y'all. Malia already got discharged from the hospital already. We got her a crib out there, everything. She already been out the hospital. They try to put her in this other spot,
You should have took pictures that I was out the damn hospital.
Yeah, like she been out the hospital.
Show y'all
They discharged her from the hospital. They let her go. They wouldn't let her stay, but they put her in another kind of place just to monitor her for 2 months. Just to monitor her. She's straight, just to monitor her. But she was in there, and they try to lock her in there. So we just got her a crib. We got her own crib out there. So she went to the crib, but she still has to do the IV thing. So she went back to the hospital, and they made her admit for another day. So she been in there for another day, since y'all must know. This is a whole other doctor. She had to be readmitted to this hospital so they could set up the nurses to come to the house and make sure that she's being stable and everything that she's doing when she's getting an IV and stuff.
Right.
So she leaving today. She's supposed to be leaving back out today to go back to the crib and they come through and just check on her for 2 months to make sure she's straight. You feel me? Since y'all must know all the fuck. At the end of the day, if she had HIV, she would be taking HIV medicine right now. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'll
You know what I'm
probably
saying? Like,
in a damn bed.
look, it's not disrespectful to Malia. It's y'all being disrespectful since y'all want to know. Since her sister put her out there, we just trying to let y'all know what the fucking truth is. Number one, this ain't the doctor that was with her. She's just some random doctor. He don't really know what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? But the other doctor did tell her out of his mouth. You feel what I'm saying? And these people are mean. They're inconsiderate. Y'all part of the reason why she's in the hospital right now because y'all constantly taunt these women. All the women over here, y'all taunt them on a 24 basis. You make everything so hard for them. They're trying to show you their life doing art. Look at how you're stressing even these women out over here. Everything these women do, you abuse them, verbally abuse them. You're like, you're always asking questions, disrespecting these women. You are a part of the reason why it was hard for them to speak up and teach their knowledge and want to know their knowledge. Y'all motherfuckers, y'all make shit hard. You feel what I'm saying? When that's all good. You feel me? Because y'all supposed to make shit hard for us. Because we supposed to be elite. We're supposed to be able to withstand the pressure that comes along with being leaders of a people that are sick.
But you don't make it hard for her. Okay.
We need to be complaining about. I'm not complaining about it. And it's a message to Malia. It's a message to Zoe. It's a message to all the females here that these niggas is not going to take it easy on you. You gotta show yourself to be proved to be elite. Either you are wise and you embody this knowledge,
Or you gonna beat them up.
And you're here to help humanity and put them on their neck because this is a war.
Yeah, you gonna beat them up. Yeah, with you.
You feel what I'm saying? So
you and them together.
These people is not gonna take it easy on you. They're gonna sit around there and call you sick. They're gonna say you dying. How you gonna say that about somebody that's not doing it? That's like mental. That's
it's
verbal
like you
abuse.
physically see, but you're
you keep repeating a lie. They keep repeating a lie over and over. She got HIV. She's sick. She withering away. Blase, blah. Shut up, nigga. When you see the paperwork, y'all all gonna be looking stupid, dummy. You feel me? Cause she talked to the doctor, her real doctor already. She just back in the hospital to get the nurses set up to come to the crib that we got her. Carbonation taking care of Malia. Everybody, she good. We ain't want to have to tell you our fucking personal business, but since you must know, she's staying in a luxury place. She's sitting up pretty for the next 2 months. She's straight, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? They was trying to put her in this little hospice, this other place where there was people with COVID and shit in there. It was like, nah, man, we got her AirB&B. She's straight. She good. She was in there the other night and she didn't want to show y'all her background. She was there the night before last. It's just that she had to go check in with the nurses and let them know she didn't want to stay at that hospital. She got her own crib, and they said, "Well, okay, what they say? You gotta go back into the hospital one day.
Re-admitted back into the hospital.
To the nurses and them can connect with her to give her stuff that she needs and get her address so they know where to come and see her at.
But now it's a process to get all the paperwork done, all the the meds that I need to finish healing. I need to get all of that before I can even leave. But I'm banking on leaving as soon as possible.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, she's supposed to be leaving today. They need to set up for the nurses to come check up on her. She's fine. They just want to keep an eye on her for 2 months to make sure that she constantly starts to heal and it doesn't reverse as she go. And it's really just her mind. It's just her mind. They just want to keep a tab on her for 2 months, make sure she good. And we already supporting her. We got her like she good, nigga. You feel me? She's straight. She got everything she need. You know what I'm saying? She's straight, nigga. You feel me? She good. Y'all mind y'all business, nigga.
It's a fact.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
And then these people, they're going to continue to fail because you're minding somebody else's business and you all in the Kool-Aid and really don't know the flavor. We used to say that back in the day. All in the Kool-Aid and don't know the flavor. Y'all going to be looking stupid when she show you the paperwork. When she show you the paperwork, y'all gonna be feeling stupid. And what are y'all gonna say then? Remember y'all said I was gonna stay in jail when I was in Nicaragua because I was a child molester? And then I got out, everybody got quiet. I can't wait to see y'all faces when you see her paperwork. When you see the medical record, she's gonna get discharged either today or tomorrow. When she get discharged, we're going to make it public. We're gonna show you her paperwork. And I wanna see all the fucking haters' face. I wanna see her sisters. I wanna see everybody's face when the paperwork.
Okay, so there you have it. Malia is back at the hospital. You have to overlook a lot of things Nature Boy is saying because he's just trying to talk to his supporters and, you know, his people, his followers. And he wants them to believe that she's okay. Nothing's going to happen. They just want to watch her for 2 months. They just want to, you know, she got to have an IV. Okay, she's going to be in the AirB&B with an IV. Okay, she has tubes in her back still, draining fluid. Okay, so there's a lot that, you know, he's covering up. He's just not, it's not that he's covering it up. He just, well, then again, he is. He's covering up a lot, but a lot, it seems like he's delusional at the same time, you know, in denial, you know, so, also, you can tell with the doctor, you know, you see how basically Nature Boy just still trying to cover his tracks. He still don't want HIV to come up in the picture. You know, he's still harping on this HIV thing, and that he don't realize how the doctor, excuse me, he don't realize how the doctor is thinking about this thing. You know, the doctor walks into the room just to hear a man on the phone with Malia saying, just ask him, do you have HIV? Do you have HIV? You know, can he go get the records? He can tell you about the records. Why can't he tell you about the records? They said she has 5 doctors. And one of them, that's the most important one, that the doctor is trying to say that everything, whatever, you know, in order to get you out and get you where you need to go, you have to deal with the infectious disease doctor. Okay? The infectious disease specialist is what they said. Now, I know people that has contracted COVID, and the first doctor, once they find out what they have, the first doctor they send them after that is an infectious disease doctor, normally from the CDC. So they're working in conjunction with the CDC. So something is going on very heavy with Malia's body. And there you have it. How many, I mean, she told the story about how infection has affected all of her organs. Not all, of course, but those many organs that she's talking about. So she's still walking around. This is after, what, over a month and a half, 6 weeks or something. She's still walking around an IV. She's still have tubes draining fluid. And anyway, there was a whole lot more. Also, the reason he keeps harping on the HIV stuff is that somebody screenshot while she's in on his lives all these times, you know, every day. She moved her phone around and somebody caught a screenshot of a list of her medications. I think they were saying that there was a board or something on the wall, and she moved around and they saw all the medications that she was taking. So the people on YouTube started, or not just YouTube, on social media, started looking up the medications and finding out, trying to figure out what condition she could possibly have to be taking those kind of medications. And so one or two or something was HIV medication. okay, was used for HIV. Of course, most medications are used for other conditions as well. You know, you can take one medication for eye infection, and it's made for, you know, a liver infection or something like that, you know. So that's just an example. But the whole thing is that also also there's another apparently last night or earlier today, there was a video that came out where, or an update that came out where her family, her cousin, came out and said and confirmed exactly what she has. Okay, I guess because she was asking questions to this doctor, you know, they wanted to give her more information. So they apparently, the infectious disease specialists chimed in, and they confirmed with the family that she has been diagnosed with hepatitis, with herpes, and sepsis. Okay, sepsis. So one of the subscribers did point that out. She did say that today about it sound like she might have sepsis. But they also confirmed that she does have herpes, and she does have hepatitis. And we know that Nature Boy admitted to having hepatitis as well. Okay, so there you have it, guys. That's a much better update for us coming from them. And you can see how basically abusive Nature Boy is. He's telling everybody to mind their own business, but it's not his business to know. It's not his business to question the doctor. Okay, and then also what I noticed is that when she was talking about, you know, it's just being in her mind, and all she did is, you know, she was having all this stress for her kid and all this other stuff. The doctor was already at the door, and he didn't interrupt her. And she just kept talking, and it seems like he was there already at that door, listening to her talk about, you know, her being under this kind of stress, and this is where all this infection come from and all that. And then, you know, he stepped up and said something, or she, you know, she saw him there or something. And then that's how, you have to go back and look at it again, but that's what I noticed when I first saw the video. So anyways, there you have it. Malia is going into, oh, and also you see, he said, Nature Boy himself said hospice. Okay, but if you notice, when he first said it, she grabbed her mouth real quick, as if it was supposed to have been a secret. Okay, but then he went on ahead and kept saying it, because I mean, you know, it seemed like he had already said, you know, he wasn't supposed to say it, but he ended up saying it. But he said hospice, and it makes sense. Come on, let's face it. She has to be in hospice because, number one, that's what he said. They sent her to hospice, to the other facility. She didn't like the facility. She didn't like the way they talked to her. Well, but she loves the way Nature Boy talks to her, I guess. Okay, she didn't like the way they talked to her, and so she left. She wanted to leave. So they ended up bringing her from that facility back to the hospital. Now, at some point, Nature Boy claims that she was in the AirB&B. So she's in the AirB&B with her IV, okay, and the tubes by herself, I guess. That's what he wants us to believe, okay? But somehow she had to come back to the hospital, since she had to come out of the hospice. She had to come back to the hospital and be admitted again, because they wanted to do the paperwork to get her connected with nurses and everything to be there at the Airbnb with her. So she don't have anybody there. Nature Boy has ran her family away. She cannot. She ran them away, but through Nature Boy's orders, and she's going to be in Airbnb by herself every day, most likely talking on Bigo with Nature Boy, and then the nurses will come when they need to. And like I say, he mentioned himself that she was going to have IV. Okay, so that is hospice. That's hospice. There's no other. You don't. And yeah, I was trying to say that because of these things, things popping up on the screen. What kind of make me lose my train of thought because I gotta cut it off and everything. But anyways, Nature Boy keeps saying, "Oh, y'all mind your own business," but he has her on live, and people are not supposed to ask questions. He's on live questioning her himself and letting her tell her story, but she's not supposed to ask questions. And that we're not supposed to ask questions. Matter of fact, that's what he said. He said, y'all question them. What's the problem with questioning? Something's wrong with that. Anyways, so she is not very well. And he said his self-hospice. And the medications that she's on. And you heard her sit up and say that the only thing she was on was pain medication. That was before the doctor came in. Okay, but then the doctor turned around and said something about medications. Okay, so you can go back over it, you guys, if you want, and listen to the video and come up with the answers that you want. But of course, you have to read between the lines with Nature Boy, so it's understandable. So, anyways, this is looks like this is Fundi Fee's page on Bigo. So go check her out sometime. And of course, I'm on Bigo as well. I haven't done any lives yet, but I do cruise around the different channels and get into panels, and we talk about spirituality, different things like that. So, anyways, if you're not on Bigo, come and check it out. It's kind of fun. A little busy though. It's like almost like a video game or something. And I think Fundi just became a host. So, but anyways, guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for coming to the channel. Thank you for liking the video for me. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace and blessings.